YTD is taking a 3-week trip south of the border, and it starts right now. Tomorrow is a national Mexican holiday that celebrates the birth of Benito Juarez, who began his life as an orphan and rose to become a reformer and then president of Mexico, known for his staunch defense of democracy. But instead of stuffing the ballot box, we will stuff our face and place our votes for one of 3 Mexican Oreos. Comamillos, bocadillos, juntos, you tried that! You Tried Dat. I'm Nick Norwick with our pal Chad Hancock.
Hola.
Nick Geiger.
Benny Juarez.
Did we really? Because we didn't plan this. We coincidentally are releasing an episode right by this famous day. Is this a famous day, or is it just a day?
It's a day in Mexico.
It is a national holiday that apparently have off.
Is this the Mario Day in Mexico? That's coming up too, by the way, or maybe already passed. I'm not sure when this episode comes out.
No, it was last week.
March 10th, everyone.
Because March 20th is Benito Juarez's birthday. I did look it up. I did not have knowledge of his birthday.
Oh, you didn't, huh?
But he is...
Or knowledge that he existed?
At first, I'm like, is he a famous video game plumber? Or is he...
He might be.
It's a me, Benny Juarez.
I'm going to take down El Bowser.
El Bowser.
So we are going to, for 3 straight weeks, we'll be having Mexican snacks, and we should, right off the bat, let's thank Chad's brother, David. Chad,
Yes.
Is there a story? Dave took a trip there?
Yeah, he went, well, his in-laws live in Mexico. They moved there, I don't know, maybe 5-6 years ago, for a retirement home kind of thing. Bought a house there, fixed it up, and apparently made it really nice and everything, so they live in a nice little town there. So they went and visited him over Christmas, and he brought back a ton of stuff, including these 3 different Oreos and some even weirder, very weird stuff that we'll be eating. Tamarind in a clay pot next week or whatever it's supposed to be. I don't know.
Oh.
Hey, Dave, here's a preemptive fuck you.
Here's a jar of nasty shit. Enjoy.
Well, thanks for that. So today we're going to do a little update. A couple months ago, I talked about a coworker who's just started, sent an all-work email talking about how excited he was to work there, how he was going to sturdy anyone who needed sturdying, and he's back at it, right? He's still employed and back on the prowl. So we have a very revered boss, which is kind of rare for us, and that's going to be leaving. All right. So many of us have, it's a person who worked with us for many years, then took a higher position, was liked by everyone, and is leaving. I've known this person for many, many years. Our friend here has known this person for a couple months.
Oh, boy.
So he just sends out a email saying that he's going to throw a party for this guy.
Okay.
It's going to be open bar.
What?
Right? At a bar in town.
Uh-huh.
And it's going to be on a Saturday when no one wants to come back towards work.
Is this at least a classy bar? Or is this a dive bar or something like that? Or is it a
something
strip
in the middle
club that serves alcohol?
It's something in the middle. But he was bring
Do
your
a
family.
happy hour on a Friday, you fucking moron.
And I assume this
Guys,
is at most...
rented out a corner of this TGI Fridays bar.
At our job, and I assume most jobs, a random employee doesn't buy open bar for the entire work, right?
Never.
It doesn't happen.
Insane.
No.
Right. And there's, we've got 60 or 70 employees here, and some of them are young people ready to drink this guy out of house and home. And I know he's not that rich because he does my job.
For less time.
Right. So he puts out the date there's like an issue with the date because it like runs over Passover, and there's like a number of Jewish employees there, so it's like an issue. But so another person I work with sends him an email saying, for the future we have like a social committee who gathers money from people to give going away gifts or to like schedule like retirement parties and stuff, just so everyone sort of gets the same treatment. And all the guy had to reply, if he wanted to, would have been, yeah, sound no problem. I'll like follow that protocol next time.
Understood.
Got it. My bad.
Sorry, I got a little overboard.
Yeah.
But,
however,
Yes.
that's not what he decided to reply. Okay, so let me get to it. He says, and this just goes to a friend of mine who had emailed him. It says, I'm not asking for anything from the social committee other than that they show up if they want to. And
and get the fuck out of my way.
It's possible that someone will be up in their shorts about Bob getting his own celebration. I can't own that. I honestly hope people will show up and celebrate Bob and all he does for us and have a few drinks and walk away happy. It says, the above you can share with anyone you want, but I'm asking you keep this next part between us, which did not stay between him.
As evidenced by we're now broadcasting it around the world.
All right, here's the things. 2 weeks ago, first bullet point. 2 weeks ago, a family needed a bed for a child who had outgrown his crib. I bought them a bed.
What?
Oh.
A family? It was mine. My family. My son needed a bed.
Next bullet point. 4 weeks ago, I gave my daughter's bus driver a gift card for $100.
What the fuck?
Next bullet point. 90% of the time when I go through a drive-thru, the car behind me gets their order for free. My first thought with that was I'm going to follow this dude around.
Yeah, no shit.
I do not believe that for a second.
Next bullet point. There's a single mother in my neighborhood who needed new tires for her car. I bought them for her.
She's also not single anymore.
Yeah.
I banged her on those tires.
Yeah. I felt bad. Her bus driver was the husband, so I gave him a gift card.
Next bullet point. I routinely pay a random table's tab at restaurants.
He does not. No, he doesn't.
Final bullet point. This is who I am. All right. It says, if you think I have made a mistake or have done something wrong, you can say so. I will listen and won't do it again. But in this case, the toothpaste is out of the tube. I can't take it back. I don't want to take it back. I want to have a party, and I hope others will come.
Okay.
What?
Hold on a
fucking
second.
psychopath.
Reservations at a bar is not toothpaste out of a tube. Like, you can cancel reservations. It's not hard.
And then it's signed, and then at the end says, which he puts at the end of every email, every day counts! Exclamation point.
That is aggressive. Like there's
Yeah.
Wow.
it reminds me
Irrational.
of a coworker of mine, which we can get to, but it's that whole thing of like wanting to be the super friendly, like corporate, cheerleader, but also like angry if you challenge him on it. Like that's so weird that he's like aggressively arguing how great he is.
And he doesn't give a shit about Bob leaving, right? He
Yeah.
just wants to. It's clear he wants to be known,
Right?
Yeah.
as a generous man and not a psychotic.
And this is when you are the person that brags about how much you are doing for other people.
Yeah.
That's when you know it is not true. Or you know what I mean? Or like, or
not for the right reasons.
or the motivations are unpure. Like when the celebrities are like, I just gave $10 million to like whatever fucking cause. Like everybody look at me.
My reply was, bullet point. I drove a bus to get a gift card for $100. I honeypotted a man until he gave me new tires.
Also,
I drive behind him at every restaurant.
That's just a lot of work. That email. That's a long ass email to write.
Yeah.
For a dumbass rebuttal, like you said, it could have just been as simple as, Oh, my dad just really wanted to do this for Bob.
That's more effort than I've put into all the emails I've written in 2023 combined.
It's a manifesto, and I actually left a few parts out.
I was gonna ask if this guy is just very lonely, and that's why he wants everyone to come out. But then you said he has a daughter, so I presume he has a family. If they're not out on the street because he spent all his money helping other people.
I'll be honest, like, my reaction to this guy now is, like, stay away, because I'm a little frightened of the reality of this.
But on the other hand, like, don't you kind of want a new bed?
That's true.
He's got to get one for you. Dude, I outgrew my queen. Can you get me a California king, please?
I just bring my bed out to the curb and then flag him down as he comes by.
Just wait outside his house.
This one's trash.
I have a similar. So I've told the story too. The guy that was aggressively wanting the chef to receive his compliments when we went out for a team dinner. But this guy is also that. In fact, they sound very much alike. He's very much a look at me and what a great guy I am. Mm-hmm. And like thinks he's doing all this corporate banter, but he's really just a pain in the fucking ass. And he's like a kiss ass that no one likes. Like we were all going to the office the other day because our boss's boss was in town, and when my boss wanted us to meet her, and he's aggressively pinging me the day before. Hey, you going in? I'm like, yeah, we're all going in. You want to get lunch? I'm like, yeah, we'll see what's going on. I absolutely did not want to get lunch with this guy. He's like, yeah, let me just see what's going on. All right. Well, don't leave me hanging. I'm like, all right. Well, again, it's 2 days away. Like, well, it's fucking lunch.
Have you left this guy hanging multiple times? Is that why he's worried that you might leave him hanging?
I haven't always been real good with my commitments. Well, and I got a last minute meeting, so I couldn't go. And I saw him in the hallway. He's like, "You stood me up!" And he like yelled it across the hallway and kept walking. I'm like, just I don't know, whatever. But anyway, we get in this meeting with our boss's boss, and he's like, you know, everyone's trying to do their thing of like asking all these like everyone wants to be seen as this corporate visionary, so they're asking all these dumb strategic questions that aren't actually strategic. And then and she's like, anyone else have questions? And he wants to say like the whole time he's going like trying to like just he's championing the bit. And like when they're talking about like fiscal calculations, he's doing the beautiful mind thing where he's like doing the math in the air and then nodding at the end. I'm like, what the fuck are you? You don't even know what we're talking about. And so she goes,
tires plus rims.
Subtract one mattress, add one mattress equals mattress. So she finally she goes, all right, well, any other questions? And she goes, yeah, I've been meaning to ask, what's your favorite color? And we're all sitting around the table, and I like surreptitiously ping my coworker across the table, like, what in the fuck are we doing?
I hope it's green, open bar for everyone.
And she goes, I'm a big fan of blues. Anything else? He goes, how do I be a better leader? And she's like, she just looked up.
What?
I was like, we've got 30 seconds left in the meeting, and I think I finally like looked around because she was like uncomfortably looking around. I'm like, ending on a real easy one, huh? But
step one, find out everyone's favorite color.
Yeah. Well, we also had like a big all hands because we're going through a reorg, and so our whole department, it's like 200 people, is on the phone. And us managers were like, for some reason, he volunteered and was allowed to do the Q&A at the end. And like, so he's like, they had written these questions and he's reading them like, and then, okay. Like he's reading like a bedtime story to his kids. We get through it. And then like after our boss will answer the question and go, thank you very much for that answer. That was really enlightening. Look, everyone, we all want you to know how close we hold you in our hearts. And like we love each and every one of you like you're our family. And I'm pinging my coworker. I'm like, I absolutely do not love these. Like, what the fuck is he saying? Like, this is the weird. It's like way too personal. And then like every question he kept saying, I hold you dearly in our hearts. That question is very close and personal to our hearts. And we're like, other people are starting to ping me like, why does he keep talking about his heart? Like, I don't know. So now our like joke in the group, like when he's not around, is like, well, thank you for asking me that. I really hold that close to my heart. But what I wanted to say was, I mean, it's just this weird, like, corny phoniness.
Maybe he just watched, like, Temple of Doom, and so he had, like, hearts on the brain, you know? Yeah. I keep it close to my heart, because I just ripped my heart out of my chest, you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah. All right, there's one last question on the FAQ. What is all of your favorite colors? Let's go around the room. Chartreuse.
Do you guys, in our 40s, do you have a favorite color anymore?
I mean, I have a color I've always liked, yeah.
Yeah,
I don't. I guess, I have colors. I basically like colors that I think I look better than others, that I'm likely to buy that shirt. But
right.
Also in our 40s, let's be honest, do you have any interest in being a good leader?
No, and I'm not.
But I want somebody to pick up my tab every now and then. 90% of the time, ideally.
All right, let's eat some Oreos. We've got 3. We keep calling them Oreos. They're just sandwich cookies.
Are these all the same fucking thing?
No, it's 3 different brands of Oreo-ish cookies. Right. Two of them are actually made by the same company, though, which is kind of interesting. There is a decent chance that we might end up with a 3-way tie. These could all taste exactly the same.
All right, so let's start with the Lors, and we do have a LORS. Little story that David wrote for us here about the searching down of this product, so I'll just read what he wrote for us. It says, on the Lors, these were a fucking expedition to find. On our first day in Chapala, I picked up the Giros and Principes for everyone at a local store, and they had 1 pack of Lors left. Obviously, 3 different takes on the Oreo could be a fun thing to do, so we walked into every corner market we walked past in Chapala looking for Lors. And in Mexico, there are a lot of little markets, some with signs and some not, many down unmarked alleyways. In a 2-block radius from my in-laws' place, I think there were around 12 markets that sold candies that I knew of. So we searched around 45 to 50 markets and could not find any more of these.
What the
fuck? One day we visited a candy store, which is large by Mexican standards, where I got the Mexican snacks I sent last week. No dice. We checked around another 10 to 15 little markets. To no avail. The last day before we flew, I found 3 more packages in a small shop, which is all they had left. Totally worth it to find these.
Dave has officially done more work for the podcast than I have for 3 years now.
He went to 65 to 70 markets to find these things?
A little pressure to like these.
Oh, well, thanks for all your hard work. This is dog shit. All right, so, which one are we eating first?
Lors. This looks it looks almost exactly like an Oreo. Chocolate cookies, white cream. This Lors one in particular, a little smaller, just fractionally smaller than a standard Oreo, I think. It does say Lors printed on the side.
What I like about all of these is they have what looks like Secretary General's warnings on them. So if you see the big black stop signs, exceso calorías, which I think probably means excessive calories. Exceso azúcares, which I think is sugar. There's one of these that says excessive sodio. So basically, they're just telling you you're fucking dying as you eat these. But my problem is going to be judging them on their merits and not judging them based on comparing them to an Oreo, I think.
All right, I've made a double stuff. These, I will say, these do not peel apart as cleanly as most Oreos do.
No. All right. So it also, anything else in the package that we can note? No inventes. What's that mean? Anybody?
Let me bust out my Google Translate.
While Chad's looking it up, Geiger, why don't you tell us what you think?
This tastes a lot like something I'm trying to think of, and I can't quite pin it down. Like a different kind. No, not an Oreo. No, sorry. That's really not what it meant. I can't quite put my finger on this 2 chocolate cookie with cream in the middle concoction.
No inventus means do not invent.
Oh.
According to Google Translate.
Don't copy the recipe?
It's like a trademark?
Maybe.
This reminds me, I don't know what they're called, but we had these cookies when we were growing up that were like 2 chocolate discs with white cream in them. Well, they were not Oreos.
Were they Hydrox?
Maybe, and they had like a vanilla flavor too. And it tastes just like these. This is not nearly as good as an Oreo. The problem is the cookie is way too sweet. It doesn't really taste like chocolate. It just feels like I ate a vessel of cream. Even though there wasn't a ton of cream in the middle, it's all just one block of sweet. There's really no chocolate flavor here to me. So I'm going to give these I kind of, I sort of dislike them. I don't really want to eat more.
Wow.
But who the fuck am I? I'm going to eat these. I'll give them an indifferent. They're just way too sweet. I couldn't have more than like 2. They're like okay,
Really?
but I don't like them that much. They're just
Okay.
they're just overly sugary. There's no
All
like
right.
chocolate flavor to it. All right.
All right, indifferent. Chad, what do you think?
I don't know if I agree that they're too sweet. My problems with these are more just in the it's they just did the too sweet symbol. They're my problems are more in the construction of it. And look, I'm not comparing this to a double stuffed Oreo or anything like that. But unlike a double stuffed Oreo, these these cookies, the texture of the cookie is not great. I think like it sort of crumbles apart in like a dusty kind of way. And there is not enough cream. I need more cream in my Oreo-ish sandwich cookies than this one provides. So I'm with Geiger. This is an indifferent to that. It's okay.
Oh, I feel more positively about them than you guys. I thought it was very tasty when I first took a bite. I don't mind the extra sweetness to it.
Yeah, I don't mind that either.
I think what Chad pointed out that it needs more cream. I think that's probably its biggest downfall, but it's still very tasty. Not that far off from an Oreo taste. Like,
nah,
we're kind of splitting hairs trying to find differences.
No, it tastes different,
but it's in the same ballpark. I think I'm going to give it a like that. I think it's tasty. I could easily. I don't understand that you can only eat 2 of these.
Okay, we know who I am. I'm going to eat more than 2. I just like in a singles. It's just too much. Look, bullet number 1. I've eaten a lot of Oreos.
Bullet number 2. Some dignity for the listeners.
I could not possibly stoop to. Nom 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 nom.
Okay, next let's eat the. So that first one was from Marinela. So let's do the non-Marinela first. This is the Dale Un Giro, Giro.
Mine are just falling apart.
The company is Gamesa, and we see this is like an extended pack. It's mass producto.
Very good.
It says that.
Haven't we eaten a Gamesa something before? Like I feel like we had the
Gansito.
That was it. Yeah. These are crumbly AF.
Same deal. Chocolate cookies, cream. These are even smaller. I think they're like getting increasingly smaller. But it does. All of them have the name of the cookie printed on the outside in the way that Oreo does. This cookie is crumblier. I feel like than the Lors. These are far less sweet. Chad, you're going to be up first.
I like this significantly more than the last one. I think the ratio of the cream is better. Like it's not any thicker, but I feel like the cream goes more edge to edge and actually like almost overflows on some of my cookies. I actually don't find this one. It does break apart into pieces more, but it doesn't have the same kind of sandy, crumbly texture that I felt that I was getting from the other one. I actually think this is a pretty good cookie. When I made a makeshift double stuff, it was very, very tasty. So this one's going to get a like that from me.
Oh boy. This one is decidedly worse.
Wow.
Than the first one to me.
All right.
It's missing the sweetness I want from the chocolate. And the cream is still not there. I think what both of these cookies are missing out on from the American version is more warnings of my near death. So it's still not awful. It's like just a chocolate cookie. It just feels like the lowest rent production of an Oreo, like the most generic version you'd find of it. I'm going to give it a low level indifferent to that.
The lowest rent production off Broadway Oreo. I am actually closer to Chad. I like this one better than the other one, and I think it's because again it's less sweet. It's got a better balance. The cream is sweet. The
Giving
cookie's
the less
not.
sweet sign.
What is that?
You just hold up the too sweet and shake your head a lot.
The Wolfpack was just not sweet enough. But I like it better. The cream. The big problem. I agree with both of you that there's not enough cream. There's not excesso cream. I'm not gonna do a problematic impression of what cream might be in Spanish. So I am going to say it is still an indifferent to that, but I prefer it over the other one. It's too small. It's not enough cream, but the flavor combination works better for me. I do like it a little better.
The too small sign.
The too small. Too small.
It's just me pointing at my crotch.
Remember all those pro wrestlers bragging about how small they were all the
time? We do have a tie because each cookie was able to get a single like. So we'll see if my
prediction holding so far.
Well, we'll have a real something to talk about if Chad likes this next one. Or no, Chad did like you like this one, so Geiger has to like this one. Right.
I don't fucking like anything.
All right, segment time.
So it's been like a good 2-3 weeks, I think, since we did a tournament. So look, last time we did some UK snacks, we had a UK tournament to find out what was the best thing that came from the UK, and I think Stonehenge or Bangers and Mash won. I don't remember, but this time, since we're doing a couple Mexican episodes here in a row, I thought we would have a Mexico tournament and find out what is the best thing that represents Mexico.
Penny Juarez.
All right, so I've got 16 entrants here divided into 4 different divisions. So we'll start in the top left part of the bracket, which is, of course, food, Mexican food. So we've got the number 2 seed, which is tacos, facing off against the number 3 seed, the most authentic of Mexican dishes, the nachos. So, Geiger, we'll start with you. I know you're a big fan of nachos.
I am a fan of...
Would you pick them over tacos?
Chips, yeah.
Mr. Chip.
I do... Like, everyone likes getting together and sharing a big Play-Doh nachos. It's fun, like the gooey cheese and the meat, and the jalapenos. Oh, yeah, that's good eating. But... tacos, I do think, are more versatile. You can do a lot more, like a fish taco, a steak taco, a chorizo. I prefer hard shell, but a lot of people like flour tortilla. Soft shell.
That's hard shell. That's the wrong answer.
Well, I like nachos. A hard shell taco is basically like a giant
nachos.
Nacho.
Eat nachos then.
Yeah.
What? Yeah. Well, I'll fucking eat both. You know me. Fucking A. I will say I will take taco, but I do think that's a tough battle. I like nachos a lot.
All right.
I do. I agree it's a tough battle, but even though I just shat on the hard shell, I do like the crunch up nacho.
Well, fuck you.
I just I don't know. I'd like if you give me a couple tacos or a big plate of nachos. I'm more excited about the nachos. It's a close call, but I'm going nachos, so it's going to be up to Chad.
That's a tie. Break the tie.
I will say nacho is my favorite, like ballpark food. I like getting those shitty little tray of
Those
nachos.
are shitty.
I know, but I just like them. I don't know.
All right. Well, I have to go tacos here. Nachos are fine. I literally never desire them. They're like so messy to eat. Tacos are pretty messy too, but they are less messy than nachos in my opinion. And then you always get those chips that like don't have anything on them, and or it's chips that are too soggy or whatever.
That's nice. There's a palate cleanser in the middle. It's good. You get a few bare chips just to kind of reset.
All right. Tacos. Okay, so then...
we running a marathon here? We're good. Relax. Cool. Anyway, on to the next thing.
All right, the number 1 seed, burritos, versus the number 4 seed, the quesadilla. Novak, what do you think?
Well,
this is...
I would not put burritos above tacos or nachos. I'm just not a big burrito person. I know it's a little shocker, but so look, quesadillas are fine, but I don't want to vote them through over most things. But I just am not a big burrito fan. I know that's not a popular take. I know, but I'm gonna go quesadilla. Geiger can go burrito. We'll leave it to Chad again.
I mean. Look, to be clear, I like all these things, okay? But quesadilla is like when your kid doesn't want to eat Mexican food and you got a quesadilla off the menu.
Yeah,
it's like a tortilla with cheese inside. Great. Good job. Good job.
Also, you get quesadillas. You can put
other things in your quesadilla
pastor and stuff in it.
Sure. Sure.
Like like a lot of places are out here, the quesadillas that they make are basically flattened burritos. You know, they put like all the same stuff in it. And just
So then
smash
you
it
like a
down.
burrito better, is what you're saying.
I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
I do.
look, I do like burritos. I will say one, and I might probably, my favorite Mexican is like chimichangas and stuff like that, like
Right.
or like chili rellenos and stuff. I don't.
Yeah, but I didn't want to
generally-
put actual authentic
No,
Mexican
no.
food in the Mexican tournament.
Yeah. None of the things that like we listed here probably are things I would order. However, my only complaint about burritos is that oftentimes, especially maybe in America, where like the burrito you order out, the primary goal is to just make it fucking huge.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't, and it's like a 2-pound burrito. That's too much burrito.
Yeah,
it's too much meat. A well-balanced burrito that has the right amount of like meat to dairy product essentially is what we're getting down to. Sour cream and cheese and guac and stuff. I know there's no dairy in guac.
You don't want dairy product.
Oh, I mean, I don't. If I'm not going anywhere, I'll brown my own toilet out. I don't give a shit. Run for the border. So I will take burrito.
I don't give a shit.
Actually, I give many shits. It's a problem. But
You kind of do.
Chad, you take a burrito?
I do. To me, burrito, like that's my go-to at a Mexican place. Like 90% of the time, 90% of the time, I'm ordering a burrito and paying for another table. That's what I'm doing. So I want the world to know that. But yeah, I love burritos. I mean, ever since, like even in college, like it's just such a great drunk food, the burrito, you know? So, yeah, I'm
Bring
going
that table a burrito. But that's Geiger. I don't care if he browns his place out.
I once bought a man a burrito and then paid for the restaurant's plumbing bill.
Geiger browned out his toilet, so I bought him a bigger toilet.
He browned out his mattress, so I got him a new mattress. He shat all over his other one.
All right, so that takes us to tacos versus burritos. The age-old question. Geiger, what do you say?
Oh, this is tough because both are versatile. Like everything I said about the taco, you could also say about the burrito. You could just put different stuff in it, guys.
Yeah.
you
There's no
could do,
hard shell burrito.
There's no hard shell burrito.
That's almost every Mexican food that we're listing. You could fill it up with whatever
meat and dairy and lettuce and like call it a something. Yeah. I will say, I've been more of a taco guy lately, so I'll go taco.
Okay.
Then tacos going to the
All right.
finals.
I think tacos is fair.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah.
It's hard to
that's
go
fine.
wrong with the taco.
I mean, I love a good taco. Moving on to the next part of the bracket here, tourism. So, Geiger, you've actually been to Mexico, correct?
I have
for
a honeymoon.
Honeymoon. Novak, you've never been, right?
I've just been over the border.
Over
That's
the border.
it.
I was only there once, like as part of a cruise I was on, like right after college. I went on like a spring break style cruise, and we stopped in Cozumel, and I was hammered by 10:30 in the morning, and remember very little. But yeah, I've been to Mexico technically.
They have a great senior frogs there, from what I understand.
So I'm painting these tourism things with a very, very broad brush here, but it's more about like sort of the feel here. And I know you can get kind of all these kinds of things anywhere you go in Mexico. So I'm not trying to like, whatever, who gives a shit? All right. So the number 2 seed here.
I don't give a shit. I told you that.
Guadalajara, which
you gave the required amount of
You're culturally sensitive. We get it. Move on.
Cool. All right. So number 2, we're talking like Guadalajara. So that represents more like the culture kind of stuff about Mexico. Versus number 3 seed, Baja California, which you're more focusing on like beaches, that sort of stuff.
Hold on.
What do you think?
Wait, hold on. Our Mexico tourism question is Mexico versus California?
No, Baja California.
Uh-huh.
Which is in Mexico.
Oh, okay.
It's the peninsula that comes down the left side of Mexico.
All right. I was not aware a part of California was in Mexico. My bad.
No, the Baja Beach Club is what
just,
you're more familiar with.
It's not part of California. It's not the state of California.
No, you said it's California.
It's called Baja California is the name of that peninsula.
Right.
But just think about like sort of beaches. So if you were going to Mexico, would you be more interested in sort of the culture aspects of like Guadalajara or like relaxing on beaches, that sort of stuff? Novak, what do you say?
I'm generally on a vacation more interested in sitting on the beach, but we are planned to go to Dominican Republic in a few months.
Oh, wow.
And we will sit on the beach the entire time.
Now, is the Dominican Republic in California? I can't remember.
No.
Oh, okay.
But I'm saying it's a place I haven't been, and I probably won't be checking out the local culture.
Okay.
But in this case, I would find the culture, since I haven't spent time there, I'm going to vote that because I think that would be an interesting trip. I would find it more interesting. I'm going to vote for Guadalajara here.
Geiger, what do you say?
So it's Guadalajara versus Baja, Wisconsin. Is that what you said?
It's Guadalajara versus San Francisco. That's what it is.
Here's a cottage cheese quesadilla. I have been to Mexico, as we said. And I did a little of both. So we did like a day in the city. We went to Puerto Vallarta, a day in the city, and like took in the culture. And we also did a lot of laying on the beach and getting hammered. So I will be honest, when I go to places like this, I like a day of culture, and then the rest I want to sit around, read a book, swim, eat a lot, hang out. Like I don't like, I'm not there to do homework. Like I don't want to just sit there and learn. Like it's fucking dumb. No, I'm kidding. But I probably would enjoy that. I really enjoy swimming in the ocean. Like that's a fun thing to do, especially if the water's nice. So I would look forward to the beach more than the culture part, although both would be fun. So
that sends it to me for the tie.
Yeah.
I would definitely vote Guadalajara. I don't care about beaches. I don't care about sitting around. Like when I go, that's what I want to do. I like to like get in with the locals, eat at like the spots that the locals eat, like get away from the touristy kind of stuff. So even though I think Guadalajara is pretty touristy actually. Okay. The number 1 seed here, Chichen Itza. This is, one of those most famous pyramids. So this sort of represents like the historical aspect of it, or like old ass pyramids and stuff. Versus the number 4 seed, which is Cancun. So by that I mean like sort of the party atmosphere, spring break, getting hammered, marry a man, stuff like that. Geiger, what do you say?
All right. So now Chichen Itza is in Mexico, right? Not California?
Yeah.
Okay.
So specifically it's in the Yucatan Peninsula where a lot of those kind of ancient ruins are.
Yeah. Okay, nerd. I'm going to be at the beach. No, I look, this is very much like a opposite of what I just said, but if it's to see this cool landmark that's famous that obviously I've heard about a bunch about versus like some booze crew, I'm not 20 anymore. Like I can't just go get ripped. Plus any vacation I'm going to be on, I probably have my kids now, so it's not like, Jake, watch your sister. I'm gonna go do belly shots over this culture over here. So I will probably take Chichen Itza, if I'm saying that right.
Yeah, it's gonna advance. I mean, I'm on the wrong side of 40. I don't want to be there. They don't want me there.
Shots. Get out of here, gringo.
Okay, so our finals, we got Chichen Itza versus Guadalajara. No, what you think?
The culture wars.
It's definitely a close one, but I think just to make the trip a little more peaceful, I'm gonna look at some old ass pyramids.
Okay.
How much so Chichen Itza, is it just you go there, you walk up the pyramid, pyramid, and then you walk back down? Is it like Mount Rushmore?
It kind of, so I have some experience with this because we went to Belize. And they have a lot of like ancient Mayan ruins there. And it is kind of like that. You go and you're like, wow, look at these awesome ruins. And it's like really cool to look at. You walk around for like a half hour and then you're just kind of like, all right.
Yeah. I think
it's the same thing anywhere. It's just when you go to Cancun.
Yeah.
It's pair of titties. No.
Oh. So it's just I just got to look at the pair of titties. I can't. Is it just a lot of climbing like it is in the mountains? You have to climb on top of those titties.
You just walk around the pair of titties and then like, all right.
I would probably do the culture because there's more diversity of stuff to do. Like, so checking out the locals and the natives and the culture, like it's the food, you can hear the music, you could go to the shops, you could like, there's probably a lot of other things to do, like maybe take a tour other than just like walk out to the pyramid and be like, oh, there's a pyramid. Like it's a little less of an interactive experience to me. So I think I'd probably take culture.
Okay.
Won't you learn about the fucking pyramid?
Well, to be clear, I'd do that titty thing first, but then
All right, I'll break the tie. I actually really like old ancient ruins and stuff like that. I did just sort of like shit on it a second ago, but that stuff that we saw in Belize was really, really fascinating to me. So I will vote Chichen Itza. All right, let's move to the next side of the
You can
bracket.
see a mummy's titties, Geiger.
Yeah. Undo them bandages, girl.
And also, this is only a reference that my brother David will get, but I got to vote in through Chichen Itza because it was a level in this video game that he and I used to play, this racing game called Top Gear. Okay, so
Yeah, for the culture.
Probably cut
Cut
that
that.
Cut all this. Cut this whole thing.
All right, moving on to celebrities. So this is a list of Mexican-born celebrities here, and we have to decide who's the best. So number 2 seed here, we've got Diego Luna, famous recently as Cassian Andor in Rogue One and the Star Wars, awesome Star Wars show Andor, versus, and this one surprised me, I had no idea she was born in Mexico, 3 seed Lupita Nyong'o. She's actually born in Mexico. She's Mexican / Kenyan. So we've got Diego Luna versus Lupita Nyong'o. Are you guys seen the latest Black Panther? I didn't watch that one.
Part of it.
Yeah, she's in it.
Yeah.
She's in it.
Right. She was
confirmed.
She was like my favorite part of the first one, and then when spoiler, I found out she wasn't going to be the new Black Panther, I completely lost interest in the new movie.
Oddly enough, Diego Luna is the new Black Panther. I don't know how they shoehorned that in there.
So who's up here? Geiger, I think you are.
I mean, this is 6 and 1, half dozen the other. If I ever heard it, these are both fine actors, actresses. I've said this to Chad, and we've talked about this. I think Andor is like one of my favorite pieces of Star Wars like content ever. It's fantastic, and Black Panther's decent, but it's like kind of just.
Well, she's always in other stuff too, right? Like she's in Us and.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. She's in Us. I forgot the other. I was trying to think what other movies, because to be honest, other than Rogue One and Andor, I don't know what Diego Luna's been in either.
Yeah, me neither.
So
apparently, she's in Star Wars: The Force Awakens.
Oh, she plays that. She's that little alien that like.
Oh, like the voice of
that one.
Yeah, no, that like tiny one that like in Force Awakens she like gives Rey a lightsaber or something.
Yeah, she was like seemed like she'd have a bigger role,
and then she was barely in the other one.
With the goggles.
Yeah,
Maz Kamata or whatever that owns the bar. That was her.
That's Lupita Nyong'o. Okay, what a fucking waste.
I'm just gonna say, like, minor rant. Why spend all that money when you don't? No one has any fucking clue it's her.
And then the character's just a total fucking joke. Just, how shitty.
I don't know. Fucking Andor. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
Sure.
Novak.
Look, one of the reasons that they don't want you two in Cancun is because you are so aware of who Diego Luna is. Recent work on Andor. I saw a couple episodes of Andor. I don't give a shit about Andor anymore. The same as I do. I feel the same way as about the other Star Wars. It's fine. I'm gonna go. I think she is a more well-rounded and more promising upcoming career. I'm going with Lupita.
I do love Diego Luna. I do love Andor, but that's literally the only thing I know him from. And actually, he's not even like probably the best part of it. You know, he's definitely not the best part of Rogue One. He's probably not the best part of Andor. Like, there's a lot more other interesting stuff going on besides him.
Yeah, it's Akbar.
I think Lupita Nyong'o, I actually think she's like a really, really great actress. Like her role in Force Awakens was stupid, but I think she has a lot of potential going forward. So I will vote for her. Plus she's smoking. Okay, so then the number 1 seed, the Geiger special here, Salma Hayek.
I knew it was coming.
Yeah, you knew it was coming. Versus the number 4 seed, Guillermo del Toro, famous director of Pan's Labyrinth, probably my favorite movie of his, but he did some other. Didn't he do like Pacific Rim maybe and Hellboy or something like that?
Yeah. Well, did he do The Shape of Water, or was that someone else?
Yeah, he did that fish fucking movie. That's right. Novak, what do you say?
Look,
I know what he's gonna say.
Salma Hayek is great. I have nothing against Salma Hayek. Geiger, I don't think I'd be as quick to buy her a new set of tires and buy her dinner from across the restaurant as Geiger might be. And I might not be as quick to need a new mattress after after thinking about this particular matchup later. But I think movie-wise,
Yeah.
I think Del Toro is responsible for better movies.
Mhm.
And it's more to do with them, so I'm going to pick him.
Yeah. All right. Let's be clear.
Mhm.
Guillermo del Toro has had a more distinguished career, has definitely worked on better movies. He is not so fucking hot, however.
This is your celebrity of choice and has been for many years.
Celebrity, yeah. Salma Hayek, I mean, I'm not trying to be a gross dude or anything, but Salma Hayek was always kind of my celebrity.
But here I go.
Here I go. Get out that mattress because I'm about to soil
I'm not trying to be a gross dude, but there's 217 previous episodes where I was, so I might as well continue to be.
Hold on. Look, Guillermo del Toro's hot too. But Salma Hayek's been my celebrity crush forever. She's gorgeous. I don't think she's a bad actress. She's not in great stuff, but she's not like horrible.
Mhm.
And she's like somehow almost 60, I think, and she's still like gorgeous.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I can't. I mean, I built up my entire life to this one moment in time. I can't turn my back now on my girl. So,
Yeah. This one's actually tough for me because I actually do enjoy Salma Hayek whenever she crops up and stuff.
Yeah,
I do think she's a pretty good actress. Like I think she was on 30 Rock or something. It was kind of funny on that. I don't know.
The
maybe.
Eternals kicking ass.
She was in The Eternal.
Yeah, I'm never watching that.
Nah,
movie.
No,
that was
don't.
good.
No.
But and Guillermo del Toro, like I like Pan's Labyrinth a lot. I like Pacific Rim a lot, but like I haven't been super jazzed about any of his other stuff. Like I don't care about Pinocchio.
Hellboy.
Hellboy's fine. It's fine. I don't know.
Yeah.
I love Shape of Water. It's a great movie.
Oh,
I've never seen it.
I never watched it.
That's the fish fucking movie?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's very
Okay.
good.
I did read The Shape of Water's Wikipedia plot summary, and thought it was okay.
It's definitely one of those when you read like the synopsis, like you're flipping through the channels. It's like a woman falls in love with a fish man. You're like, this won an Oscar?
It's got Michael Shannon, who's awesome.
Michael
He's
Shannon's
very
awesome.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I will go with Guillermo del Toro because I don't think Salma Hayek's been in anything that I like as much as Pan's Labyrinth.
Wild Wild West, guys.
We're saving you from looking like a fucking creep for the next 15
I can be
years.
respectful of her.
No,
I
you
mean,
cannot.
I won't be, but I can.
So that's a big
Fine.
upset there, the 4 over the 1 seed. So that puts us with Guillermo versus Lupita for the finals of the celeb division. Geiger, what? Oh, wait, Novak, you're up. Wait, who's up? Novak's up.
Who cares?
I'll go. I'm going to stick on whose film work I enjoy the most, so I'm going to stick with Del Toro for the win.
Geiger?
So now what you guys don't know is that for our whole lives, Guillermo del Toro has been Novak's celebrity crush. He has a poster book full of his work that's very,
You got a hall
very
pass
sticky.
for Del Toro?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'll also go with Del Toro. Like I said, I think Black Panther's fine. I liked like other movies Lupita Nyong'o's in. I loved her starring turn as Maz Kanata. But I think Del Toro's movies are overall better, and as a director, and like I think he wrote and created a lot of them. It's kind of more his thing. So,
All right. Well, that's interesting. I would have voted Lupita because she's better looking. All right, so now we move
I'm the cream.
to the wild card division. Anything goes here. These all have something to do with Mexico.
Oh, here we go.
Number 2 seed, tequila. We all know tequila. Everyone's favorite.
Sneaky bastard.
Sneaky bastard. Yeah. Versus number 3 seed, the Gulf of. So, Geiger, what do you think here? Tequila versus the Gulf of.
This is easy for me.
Mhm.
I fucking hate tequila. It's the first thing that I got super drunk on, like ever in my life. And I was like really uncomfortably like in a bathroom at a restaurant laying on the floor for like an hour. And ever since then, if I even smell it, I'm like, ugh, like it starts making me like dry heave. So, and like I said, I love swimming in the ocean. You can do that in the Gulf of Mexico. So I'll pick the Gulf.
Okay, and you really like oil slick birds too. That happens a lot. In
Yeah,
Mexico.
in fact, if I see a bird walking around all like clean and fluffy, I'll just dump a bunch of oil on it.
Yeah.
Get in line.
Best thing about tequila is that it's the Pee Wee Herman song that he dances to. After that, I can't think of many positives, so
Yeah.
I'm going to double up on golf.
All right, great. Okay, our last two entrants here. The number 1 seed in the wild card division, the movie Sicario, which is
What?
takes place partially in Mexico. At one point, they're like, "Hey, look at that city that's just across the border, and it looks like a freaking war zone, like bullets flying and stuff."
Mm-hmm.
Did you run out of Mexico things this fast?
Versus the number 4 seed,
Oh boy,
Ron.
Ron Mexico.
Yeah.
Novak, do you know this one?
Yes.
Okay.
Ron Mexico, Michael Vick's alter ego that he used when he was getting herpes tested.
One of my favorite stories about that is like the NFLshop.com had to stop letting people do customized jerseys that said Mexico number 7 for the Falcons because people were buying them. What a dumb fucking name. I'm Ron Mexico. My Packers all fucked up.
I'll get my vote out of the way.
Yeah.
I don't get. Look, I'm a little perplexed as to why Sicario is the number 1. Fine movie. I watched it and then
it's really good.
Completely forgot about it.
Benny Del Toro.
Great Emily Blunt performance, you know.
But as much like thought and planning went into that movie, Michael Vick defeated it with literally like a passing of his brain to come up with the term Ron Mexico. That was better than that movie. So I'm going with Ron Mexico.
Geiger.
Isn't the plot of Sicario where they're on the hunt for Ron Mexico, right? The founder of Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Ron Mexico thing is awesome and hilarious. I wish they allowed people to buy Ron Mexico jerseys. I mean, it's not cool that he had an STD. And in fact, the only reason I believe that people that got out is because he was like brought up in a civil lawsuit for like giving STDs to women. So for that reason, I will go. Look, Sicario's a good movie. All right, it's a good movie.
It's fine.
And it hasn't actively harmed anyone's life other than, I don't know, maybe it did, but not that we know of. So I'll go
are we
with
voting
Sicario.
for Michael Vick or just the name Ron Mexico?
The Ron Mexico as a concept? Like, what is it? The
Sure,
alias Ron
know.
Mexico?
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome. I'm going to go Sicario, that most Mexican of all things.
Okay. I do really love the movie Sicario, Joshy Brolin. You know, and
Josh Brolin, the most Mexican actor.
Hey, hombres, it's Josh Brolin.
Sicario probably better than anything Salma Hayek's been in, if I had to guess. I don't know.
Come on now.
I
You
didn't know you
like
loved
that.
Sicario so much.
No, I mean, I don't know. It was like one of my favorite movies from whatever year it came out, but it's not like a top tier movie for me. Like, I never watched the sequel or anything.
The sequel's bad.
Yeah.
And has nothing to do with like...
Well, I didn't watch it because my favorite part was I thought Emily Blunt's character was really interesting in it, and then she's not even in the sequel. So like,
no.
Ron Sicario, is that the second one?
Ron Sicario's in it.
So
he's just shooting VD at everybody.
So I'm gonna vote for Ron Mexico because it's too funny.
All right, that's fair.
Okay, so here we go. That takes us to Gulf of versus Ron. What do we got here?
I mean, I don't know how far this Ron Mexico I can get enjoy. I like it's funny, but once you're like, oh, remember Ron Mexico? Yeah, that thing, and then you're done. There's nothing else that can go. I think. I would still rather swim in the Gulf of Mexico than talk about Michael Vick, I guess. So, Gulf of Mexico for me.
Okay.
Yeah, at the chance of Ron Mexico picking up too much steam and accidentally winning this thing.
Hey, you know what the most Mexican thing is? Michael Vick's alias.
Let's go with golf.
There is a very decent chance that I came up with this entire segment just so I could make a Ron Mexico joke at the very last entry. That is possible. All right, taking us back over to the other side of we've got the winner of the food bracket, which is tacos, versus the winner of the tourism bracket, Chichen Itza. Novak, what do you say?
Well, I did defend looking at this dirty old pyramid
Yeah,
quite a number of times. But tacos gonna give me enjoyment for the next X number of years. So I'm gonna go with tacos.
All right, Geiger.
I really do enjoy this dirty old Mexican artifact, but enough about Guillermo del Toro. Yeah, look, I might never see Chichen Itza. I eat tacos a lot. I'm gonna Chichen Itza some tacos. I'm gonna go tacos.
All right, tacos. And then winner of the celebs division, probably Guillermo del Toro versus the Gulf of Mexico. Geiger.
Do I want to swim in the Gulf of Mexico or watch Pacific Rim again? Look, nothing against him. He's a good guy, I'm sure, and he's made good movies. I guess I don't like, other than watching his movie. Once you watch him once, you're done. Like, if you told me I could go hang out in the Gulf of Mexico or watch Shape of Water, it's not even a contest. But it also feels odd, just like pushing the Gulf of Mexico to the top. Just this body of water is the best thing about the entire place. But I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go Gulf of Mexico. Fuck you, Guillermo.
Wow. Now I did vote for this dirty old body of water. But I only went up against, only because it was up against the dirty old crotch. So
Miguel Vick.
How much of the Gulf of Mexico is technically part of Mexico, do you think?
Well, I mean, it's all international waters, right? But like,
yeah. Is all of Gulf of Mexico just international?
Yeah, I mean, however many miles off the coast until international waters kicks in, but it like borders a lot of Mexico, and then Texas, Florida.
Yeah.
Right, we figured that much. Yeah.
Okay.
How much does it touch Mexico? It touches a whole lot of it, guys.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't give a fuck about the Gulf of Mexico. Like,
Guillermo del Toro's gonna win this fucking thing.
What's wrong with him?
He's fine. That's the problem. He's just fine.
I'm pretty sure he's won like Best Director, maybe.
What do you want to win?
I don't.
Just because he's not as majestic as a body of water?
Because it's not as majestic as Selma Hayek's body.
I'm thinking of another body, Novak. No, I'm fine with that. No, but all right, let's continue. So would you rather? Fine with that. Would you rather watch Sicario or any of his movies?
Any of his movies?
Well, not you. I know you. Chad's a big Sicario head over here.
No. Probably the only GDT movie I've seen that I like more than Sicario was Pan's Labyrinth.
Oh, that's okay. GDT. Yeah, we're all great buddies with the fucking guy.
I call him GDT. You know.
Did you ever watch the documentary about around Mexico? I think it was called Vicario. So fucking dumb. That doesn't even make any sense. All right. Anyway, burn this episode. Just fucking cut out everything I've ever said.
I really like that one.
Go back and remove anything. This is now a podcast about two guys talking about snacks, and always has been.
And he's not even in the sequel.
No.
Okay, so the finals here. Tacos versus Guillermo del Toro to determine what the best thing about Mexico is.
Ooh, this is really difficult.
Mm-hmm.
I do think a guy a Mexican director, right, is representing his country, making famous movies in the United States. Mm-hmm. I think that he has written some of his movies that are in Spanish subtitle and bringing them to the United States audience. I think there's something like culturally significant about that.
Right.
I worry a little bit about us
I was just
making tacos.
Actually, white guys deciding tacos is the best thing.
Taco Bell is the best thing about Mexico.
What's the best thing about Mexico? With the tacos. Burritos.
in an attempt to save any dignity we have left, I'm going to vote for Del Toro.
Okay, Geiger.
Are you with me?
Okay. Well, the problem is
I see
like
that you are not.
I feel like I've been slightly boxed in here. Like, I definitely have enjoyed tacos a lot more than Guillermo del Toro, but I do not want to look like frat bro number 2. Like, yeah, I went to Tijuana, I ate so many fucking tacos, bro. This country's great. Whereas I could just go down to Tijuana and watch The Shape of Water. Yeah, all right, Del Toro. Why not? Who fucking cares?
Wow.
Fucking stupid.
Guillermo del Toro from the 4 seed.
Oh, wow.
Well, for the record, I would have broken the tie with tacos.
Guillermo del Toro's going to look at it and go, I want what?
All right, let's eat the last cookie.
All right.
It's the Principe from Marinela, the company again. HS, Para, and Cantar.
You guys voted fish fucking over fish tacos.
Yeah. Fish pink taco versus
Shape of Water is just a fucking fish porno.
Fish pink taco over regular fish taco.
the fish like underwater, like come on.
Geiger, the best part is you said that. I tried to move on, and then you repeated.
No.
I was giving you an out. God damn it!
It's too late for me, Novak.
You purposely didn't vote taco to look better, and then took away all the good grace that you won.
Hold on. Your classy way out is talking about how The Shape of Water is a fish porno. Yeah, that makes me look a lot better. I should have swerved in that direction.
It's slightly classier than what you said.
The guy just ramming a bunch of fucking fishes with his dong. Geiger, why don't you get classy over here?
I said fish porno. That's it. Those are the only 2 fucking words I used. Okay?
We know what that means, though.
I was.
We know what you're getting
at. The visuals it implies. All right, this is these cookies. They do not have the name on the side. They just have a bunch of little holes in the cookie parts. Yep, it's another Oreo.
Well, we found it, guys. Another Oreo cookie.
These ones break apart much more cleanly when I'm trying to make my double stuff. This is tough because we just ate the same thing 3 times.
That is what makes it tough. I'm going back to eat the other ones, actually, though. Try to make a comparison.
Yeah, they're not too dissimilar.
It's okay. It's Oreo.
Better than Ron Mexico?
Would a fish take this into the bedroom with them to use as foreplay?
I think this is more along the lines of I tried all 3 again. I think the Lors is my favorite of the 3. This one, I don't think the cookie part of this one's all that great. I think it's maybe the worst of the 3 cookies, in my opinion. The sweetness is kind of somewhere in between the other 2 to me. Just to show a difference between the 3, I'm going to put this kind of a high level indifferent. So the Lors is the only one I gave a like to, and a couple other indifferents. It's going to come right down to the wire here. Geiger, what say you?
All right, I swear I'm not doing this just to create drama, but you said last time I had to like it in order to like put us in a tie position.
Stay in the show.
And I do like it. I think it is the best of the 3. It's got a crunch to it that I like. The cookie is more substantial than the others, and it's not so dusty. It's an actual crunch to it, which I like. And you hit it on the head. The sweetness is in the middle. It's not non-existent. It's not way too sweet like the Lors. It's right in the middle. To me, this hits the it's the closest approximation of the three that we've had to an Oreo. It is nowhere near as good an Oreo. I'm going to be very clear about that. But I like it the best, so I am going to give it a like that.
Okay, this is set up for a great outcome. So the first two both had 2 indifferents and a single like. Now we have a like and an indifferent. Now if Chad can just play along and give this an indifferent, we could have 3-way tie with a separate one of us liking each of the Oreos. So Chad, will you fuck this up, or or will you put it right where it belongs?
I think I agree with both of you at least a little bit. You know, like,
thanks, man.
You're welcome. I sort of agree with Novak here that the cookie on this one is not awesome. You know, it has the same, I don't know, it has like a sort of the same kind of weird graininess or whatever that I didn't like about the first one, probably because it's made by the same company. But I think the flavor is very close to the second one to me, actually. It's not too sweet for me like the first one was. I think the cookie itself is actually pretty good. Of the 3, this one kind of actually made the best makeshift double stuff, just because it was like a nice clean break, and you know it worked out pretty well. That's an important factor, but it is not enough for me to vault this one up above a high level indifferent to that.
Yeah.
So
all right.
We have a 3-way tie, and we all had different favorites.
So, making this an unbreakable tie.
What's
hold
everyone's
on.
second favorite?
Novak, you said maybe you were talking that Dave had an opinion, but you don't know what they are?
Oh, I said that. I had Dave had sent a letter with what he thought of all of them, but I threw it away.
He sent.
I mean, I read it, but then I threw it away.
Oh, he does list in this. He lists the Oreos and said Mexican Oreos. They taste somewhat different from Oreos and a bit different from each other. No other opinion.
Okay, I'll check with him later.
All right, so whoever Dave chooses is the winner.
For the record, I would rank them Giro 1, Principe 2, Lors 3.
Who? Geiger? What would you?
Principe, Giro, Lors.
Okay.
What can I rank them?
Well, whatever, because you like the Lors the best.
Yeah,
so
but I need to rank them in the order that will make this unbreakable.
There's no way to do that now. So it's whichever of those 2 that you like better wins between the Giro and the Principe.
All right. Well, Geiger, you do the Soch Meads, and I'm going to go back and eat one of each.
Okay. How many cookies have you had? If you are around Mexico and you're hiding out in Baja, Michigan, if you are Guillermo del Toro, congratulations. Who needs an Oscar? You won the Mexico tournament on You Tried Dat. If you have a suggestion for a snack we should try in the podcast, you can reach us at youtrydat@gmail.com. We are also on Twitter, hashtag YouTriedThat, Facebook group You Tried Dat. We also are on YouTube and Instagram. Thank you so much for listening, for those of you that do. And if you have anyone in your friends and family you think would enjoy the show, please pass it on to them. And anyway, that's it.
All right. It was easy when I went back. My second choice would be the Principe. The aftertaste of the Giro, not good.
Okay. And I texted Dave, and he said that to ask him which one he liked the best, and he said
Principe.
And then I'll insert this later when I get a reply.
Text Dave to say when he has a VD and needs to get it treated discreetly. His name is Ron, and then insert blank later.
Del Toro.
Ron Del Toro.
Hancock.
Really incognito.
Change his first name. All right. Well, that's going to do it for this time. We'll be back next time. Channel 3, brand new snack.
Deuces.
Yep.